About a win that the Blazers, I felt like we absolutely had to win tonight. This is a game after Saturday's tough loss at West Georgia. You got to come home and win a big league game. The Blazers did that tonight, 83-66 over West Alabama.
Yeah, it was very much a game we had to win. I mean, you could kind of sense it. I think you sensed it in me. Look, I'm sweating my rear end off tonight because I knew how big this game was, and I thought there in the second half we just kind of lost our focus. Obviously, I called a big timeout and wasn't too happy. But, I mean, our guys need to sense the urgency. We just talked about it the other night. We didn't sense the urgency with 10 minutes to go against West Georgia, and I sensed us kind of trickling away, mentality here because, West Alabama wasn't doing a lot, and I wanted to make sure we didn't fall in that same trap twice.
West Alabama wanted to play a slower game, limit the possessions for the Blazers, and I felt like in the second half there was that little stretch right before you call that timeout where I felt like they were sucking us into the kind of game they wanted to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they have been doing that to everybody, playing very methodical, low-scoring, half-court basketball. And our guys did a good job of staying, in our principles and hold them 32 points in the first half. I thought was good. I think what changed the game is we went to that little 2-2-1 press, and I think that kind of made them use some clock to get it over half court, and then obviously the offensive possessions were a little shorter.
We just had Paul Hagler here in the Langdale Honda Kia postgame report. It was obvious from the get-go you intended to feed him the rock inside and just see what that big body could do on the low block.
Yeah, I thought the guys that were guarding them were very thin. They were athletic but very thin. Paul was so wide and low. In my mind, I thought, we could get some things going. And we got the Fitch kid in foul trouble right away, which I thought was a key to the game. So, yeah, we kind of went to him early and wanted to get him to the basket and get fouled and make his free throws, and he did that.
We knew Kevin Harris was not going to have two bad shooting games in a row. Came out riveted, 6 of 8 from beyond the arc, 20 points in the first half. Has another fine basketball game shooting the rock.
Yeah, let me see. What did he finish with tonight? I didn't even pay attention. 28. I mean, the great thing about Kevin, is that he didn't force shots in the second half. I mean, they switched. They put Mendenhall on him, and they were playing box and one there for a while. So I was really kind of proud of Kevin. I was proud of Christian making some key shots in the second half, which we needed. Obviously, with Tristan not playing tonight, I was happy with our effort overall, but again, we got to get better going into Saturday.
We certainly do. Big road game on Saturday in Florence, Alabama against the University of North Alabama, and then on Monday night against Alabama Huntsville. 6 games left in the regular season, 4 of those on the road, a treacherous Gulf South Conference East Division road.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard. Obviously, Saturday, North Alabama is honoring their 1991 National Championship basketball team, so, there'll be 4,000 in there, and it'll be rocking, so we'll have to handle that. And, obviously, Huntsville on Monday night will be tough. I just told our guys, we're not going to talk about Huntsville. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, you got to make sure you're talking about the step in front of you. And I'll give you a little story. The West Alabama coach is actually Roden, the women's coach, told me that West Georgia was talking to him about, we have Valdosta on Saturday, but they were playing West Alabama Thursday night. Lose to West Alabama. I mean, you just got to stay focused on the step in front of you. I really believe that.
I want you to say a word about Christian Hunter. Becomes only the 2nd player in Valdosta State basketball history to have 50 or more three-pointers in 3 consecutive years. He had a couple tonight, and they came at crucial times in the second half. The Chagrin Falls, Ohio senior really came up big in the final 20 minutes tonight.
I mean, such a great shooter. I mean, I would expect him to accomplish something like that. I mean, he's going to go down as one of the greatest shooters to play here. And, he's a great kid. I tell you what, and I don't know what the average fan might not have seen it, his defense on Mendenhall was incredible tonight, and I give him a lot of credit. I mean, Mendenhall only finished with 10 points and made 2 threes, and basically those 2 were when Christian was on the bench, and I know that he got him on Sydney because we talked about at halftime. But Christian was tremendous defensively tonight, just tremendous.
All right, the Blazers win tonight, 83-66, get 17 wins on the season. Most importantly, though, we get that 4th league win, 4-2 in the league, so we're 2nd now behind Alabama Huntsville in the GSE standings.
Yeah, I mean, a long way to go in the GSC and everything. I mean, with 6 games, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but 6 games in February is still a lot of basketball to be played. I mean, teams have got to make sure that, this is the time of year you'll see a lot of upsets, you'll see a lot of weird scores out there. So we got to make sure we're ready to go for Saturday. We'll get in here tomorrow and start working on them. But again, I was thankful for all the people that showed up tonight on a Wednesday night, kind of a night we typically don't play. So I was happy to see the crowd, and thanks to everybody that's riding home listening for coming.
Mike Helfer, thanks for being in the Langdale Honda Kia post-game report. Let's do it again.